It's another Saturday. Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the Africa Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. On this program, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secure. Welcome. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Today, it's a mixture of a lot of things. But first and foremost, I want to tell you that it's closed. The preparation for the 14th Security Watch Africa World Conference exhibition is already here. So we'll be telling you a bit about it, what to do. But we had the opportunity to speak with the current Chief of Air Staff, talking about Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar. And we'll just show a bit of that interview, just a bit of it, but we'll show the full interview to you later on in the week. But for now, we'll just show you a bit of what he said. He spoke so much about what the Air Force is doing, and we really must commend the Nigeria Air Force for making sure that Nigeria is safe. So stay tuned as we bring you this interview with the Chief of Air Staff.
It's here again. Security Watch Africa presents the 14th Africa Security Watch Conference this February 6 to 9, 2018 at the Radisson Blu Hotel and Convention Center, Kigali, Rwanda. Theme: Confronting Land and Maritime Security Challenges in Africa. Speakers: General Joseph Leno Mensah, retired from Ghana. His Excellency Right Honorable Henry Seriaki Dixon from Nigeria. Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai from Nigeria. Professor Henry Fuche from South Africa, and other knowledgeable Africans. Keynote speaker: His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of Rwanda. Visit www.swaace.org for more information. Security Watch Africa Conference, Region Security Information Gap.
The armed forces have an arm that makes sure that before there's any major achievement or success in any operation, particularly war situation, that arm must move in and make sure, in terms of surveillance, in terms of raking of the area, and in terms of gathering useful intelligence, and when necessary, help in striking and disarming the opposing group. That arm is usually the Air Force. And in Nigeria, the Nigeria Air Force, though less reported, less celebrated, had played major roles in all major situations that confront or challenge the integrity of this country, Nigeria. Today, Security Watch Africa, like you have requested, it's to find out what is the role of the Nigerian Armed Air Force in the fight against insurgency, in the fight against economic saboteurs, and in helping the government to make sure that the lives and properties of Nigerians are safe. Join us as we bring to you the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. Most delighted to have you around.
Thank you, sir. I know that you are actually very, very busy, a lot of activities, but we must thank you for finding time to talk with us. From our interaction, we'll find out you always have this passion to let Nigerians, whom you said you are asked to serve, to know what you are doing. We must appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Sir, we know that one of the cardinal promises of the current president, Muhammadu Buhari, is to make sure that there's end to the lingering crisis in the Northeast. Some people have said so many things, but from our own families, because we have visited there several times, we know that the war is almost won. And like we always say, it's left for the people, Nigerians, to help to actualize that dream. But let's go into what has been the role of the Nigeria Air Force in this success story, or so to say.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to, first and foremost, thank you for having time to come around. It is important that the population is given required information as to what is going on. The Nigerian Air Force, like other services, the Army, the Navy, have continued to work around the clock to ensure that the situation in the Northeast is addressed adequately in such a way that development can actually, developmental programs can be implemented by the government, and people, Nigerians living there, can go about their businesses without any fears that they will be killed or they will be attacked by anybody. I think to that extent, we have substantially done so much in collaboration with our sister services. We have created an enabling environment for the ground troops to be able to really conduct their operations, which is one of the roles of the Air Force, providing close air support. Close air support are missions that you conduct in coordination with the ground troops. And the primary objective is to ensure that you deal with threats in proximity of the ground troops so that you are able to neutralize them so that the ground commander can advance or conduct his operations with little challenges. In addition to that, the Air Force is also involved in what we call air interdiction. The air interdiction is, has to do with picking up targets, enemy targets, and dealing with the enemy's capability before it is brought to bear on friendly forces. And we have conducted quite a number of those. Just recently, about a day or two, where our RPA, remotely piloted aircraft, was able to engage what appeared to be a workshop that was emerging in Zambiza Forest, and that was adequately neutralized. And we have similarly conducted similar operations, such as Operation Ruangwuta 1, 2, and Ruangwuta 3. And the basic idea is to make sure that we degrade the capacity of
8, 2018 in Rwanda, Kigali, at the Radisson Blu Hotel and Convention Center. Join President Paul Kagame, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, Fikile Mbalula, Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris, Major General I.M. Yusuf, CG Emmanuel Gassana, and other outstanding Africans as they converge on the cleanest city in Africa, Kigali, for the 14th Security Watch Africa Awards. This event will be filled with glitz and glamour. Let's celebrate Africa's best in governance, security, safety, transport, and environment. Please visit www.swaace.org for more information. Security Watch Africa Awards, celebrating security and safety excellence in Africa. Security Watch Africa presents the 14th Africa Security Watch Conference this February 6 to 9, 2018 at the Radisson Blu Hotel and Convention Center, Kigali, Rwanda. Theme: Confronting Land and Maritime Security Challenges in Africa. Speakers: General Joseph Luno Mensa, retired from Ghana. His Excellency Right Honorable Henry Seriaki Dixon from Nigeria. Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai from Nigeria. Professor Henry Fuche from South Africa, and other knowledgeable Africans. Keynote speaker: His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of Rwanda. Visit www.swaace.org for more information. Security Watch Africa Conference, Region Security Information Gap.
Welcome back. That was the interview with the Chief of Air Staff, Nigeria Air Force. Really, it was quite an educative session we had with him. The full interview will come on your screen later on in the week because there's a lot to learn about what the Air Force is doing. I got to know that the success so far recorded in the fight against insurgency and terrorism would not have been so sweet if not for the overwork of the Air Force. Must say kudos to them. And we're happy to also announce that just yesterday they launched commissioned another Bell 412 helicopter which will help to do more of these operations that they're doing all over the Federation. We must commend them. And the Mushak aircraft that was also acquired. So many good news coming out of our Air Force is something to celebrate and talk about. So kudos to our men in the air. Yes, we want to also show you our in a way to advance discussion on security all over Africa, we signed a partnership with the rank as the second best university in Africa, talking about Stellenbosch University, their Faculty of Military Science. We signed an MOU which is meant to train and equip security personnel all over Africa on the latest trend in terms of security. We'll be showing you that signing ceremony and the view of the Vice Rector, which of course is the Vice Chancellor of the university. Sit back as we bring you the signing ceremony in South Africa.
Nice to meet you. I think you know the Nice to meet you. Emily, hi. Pleased to meet you. It's like one of our generals there with Sam.
I just couldn't remember what appointment do I have that I don't have. Anybody got? You lost them. You lose somebody? Right. Thanks.
I'd like to start. My name is Patrick Apango. I'm the CEO of Security Watch Africa, all the way from the Western Africa. We're happy to be part of the marriage at Stellenbosch University.
Right, the Dean of Faculty of Military Science, I just introduced you. Could you please just say a few words about yourself?
My name is Ahmed Dada Abbas from Security Watch Africa. I'm the head of the legal unit.
I'm Henry Forscher. I'm representing SIGLA this morning.
I'm Shauna from the Faculty of Military Science, and I'm also representing SIGLA this morning.
I'm Maureen Bakari. I'm the head of Secretariat for Security Watch Africa.
My name is Chibele Zulu. I'm a journalist with this newspaper. I'm a security watch.
Good morning. I am Andries Hawkins. I'm the faculty manager for the faculty and assisting SIGLA with administration.
Thank you. My name is Mark Blaine. I'm from the Faculty of Military Science and also representing SIGLA here this morning.
And my name is Ruth Dentin. I'm with Security Watch Africa, the country coordinator.
Welcome, my boss, Professor Klute, is the acting director. We were chatting outside that probably we're going to sign everything. And then when the director comes, then things are moving. Let me also welcome my colleague, Mr. Patrick Apango, Chief Executive Officer for Security Watch Africa, and his team. Welcome to this part of the world. Our colleagues from the Faculty of Military Science, and like I pointed out, my boss from the university side. I think the most important thing, as I see, the Chinese philosophy indicated that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, and it's basically going to be a first step between the marriage between Stellenbosch University and Security Watch Africa. And I think we are going to have a lot of work to do ahead, and I think that journey starts today. In that context, we will be grappling with issues, particularly on an academic platform of security, leadership, governance that is actually facing our continent in Africa. On that note, let me not talk too much and take out the words out of my boss. Welcome to Stellenbosch University colleagues, and then we hope that the discussion as we go forward today will be fruitful as always. Thank you very much, Prof.
Thanks very much. I'm Eugene Klute. I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation at Stellenbosch University, acting as Director as of today. Everyone is gone for the 2 or 3 weeks. So they've left me with the responsibility to sign everything, so perhaps I'll promote Sam and a few other people while everyone's away. But Mr. Agbombo and your team, very welcome to Stellenbosch University. We value partnerships with African NGOs, universities and other institutions. We see Stellenbosch University as a new African university and not the Harvard of Africa or the MIT of Africa, but we're working towards being a truly African university. In order to accomplish that, it means that we put a very high priority on our African partners. And at the moment we partner with at least 32 different countries. We have 400 projects together in Africa. So we have a very large footprint already in Africa on a variety of different topics, including food security, water, and now also just security. I believe as we move into the future, that security will become a bigger problem, unfortunately. We see this already playing out in many parts of the world. Just recently in America, we see this in Europe, with Britain now moving out of the European Union. I think there will come some instability with that because it's unpredictable, at least in the short term. But in the African context, I think it's going to be equally important. We face some major challenges, as you know. From a governance perspective, our democracies are often young and they often fail. And there are also different types of democracies in Africa. But this kind of relationship that we have with your organization, and as we move forward, I think will help to improve governance in Africa, to deal with corruption that is rife in South Africa and many other parts of Africa, and to help with leadership in general. So thank you very much for taking time to come here all the way to Stellenbosch. We're very happy to be signing this agreement with you this morning.
There we are. That's okay. Another copy.
Printing might be an issue at this point.
And can we maybe just move more into the back there?
Okay.
Okay, all the photos done.
All right. Can we perhaps just have
Professor Pluter and the CEO of Security Watch Africa, if they want to make a few comments about the importance of signing this. Both can make comments or the individual can make comments.
Thank you very much, Vice Rector. Thank you, the Dean of Military Science. We are delighted. When I said we, I'm talking on behalf of the entire team of Security Watch Africa. Security Watch Africa have this vision to ensure that governance, leadership, security and safety in Africa is properly geared towards impacting on the lives of the African citizens. Our vision is to see that we have a crop of Africans who have the capacity to be able to manage the issues of leadership and governance properly. We have also in several fora said that the solution to the African problem lies in Africa. We believe that within us, we can be able to work together and take care of our issues. And that is one of the reasons why we had, for over now 14 years, decided to reach out to the entire African continent to be able to communicate the fact that we can handle our situation. Through our lecture series, conferences, and different activities and publications, we have preached it that Africa can actually get better and provide solutions to the rest of the world. And when this opportunity with SIGLA, the Security Institute for Governance and Leadership in Africa, came up, we were quite delighted. We believe that we have met an organization that also believes in what we believe in. And we are also delighted that this is coming from Africa and not from outside. Before now, we had approaches from organizations outside Africa to see how they can partner and do things in Africa, but they have their own interest. But our interest will remain Africa interest. I believe that Stellenbosch University, working through the Faculty for Military Science and the SIGLA interest is Africa. And so that is why whatever solution and goodness that will come out from this partnership will be for Africa. And that is the reason why we are delighted. I must thank the entire SIGLA team for believing in Security Watch Africa, and to say that we would work even harder now, because like the Dean said, there are greater work for us to do. We'll work even harder now to ensure that we'll reach out with programs that are designed to impact positively, but it must be quick, because if we delay further, the problem of Africa will continue to increase. Like the Vice Rector said earlier, security challenges will definitely increase, especially with the news of the British pulling out from EU now. A lot of challenges, security challenges, leadership challenges, governance will come up, and we must be positioned.
Come February 8, 2018 in Rwanda, Kigali at the Radisson Blu Hotel and Convention Center. Join President Paul Kagame, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, Fikile Mbalula, Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris, Major General I.M. Yusuf, CG Emmanuel Gassana, and other outstanding Africans as they converge on the cleanest city in Africa, Kigali, for the 14th Security Watch Africa Awards. This event will be filled with glitz and glamour. Let's celebrate Africa's best in governance, security, safety, transport, and environment. Please visit www.swaace.org for more information. Security Watch Africa Awards, celebrating security and safety excellence in Africa. It's Security Watch Africa presents the 14th Africa Security Watch Conference this February 6 to 9, 2018 at the Radisson Blu Hotel and Convention Center, Kigali, Rwanda. Theme: Confronting Land and Maritime Security Challenges in Africa. Speakers: General Joseph Luno Mensa, retired from Ghana. His Excellency Right Honorable Henry Siriaki Dixon from Nigeria. Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai from Nigeria. Professor Henry Fuche from South Africa, and other knowledgeable Africans. Keynote speaker: His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of Rwanda. Visit www.swaace.org for more information. Security Watch Africa Conference, bridging security information gap.
Welcome back. That was the signing ceremony of the Memorandum of Understanding with Stellenbosch University. You're working with their Faculty of Military Science to see how we can advance the cause of the development of capacity for our security agencies, be it the armed forces, be it the police, be it the private security operators. And we can offer opportunity for you to study security sciences even up to the doctorate degree level. The school is renowned to be the best in Africa, and with the best crop of materials over there, and their school and practical experience, everything will be provided, and Security Watch Africa is glad to be part of that move. So if you're part of the conference in Kigali, you get to know more about what we're talking about, and it also provide a step to getting certificated as part of a security professional. So though we don't have more time to continue on the program again, but like I said, the interview with the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, will be televised later on in the week, so that you can hear and see what the Nigerian Air Force is doing to protect your life. Until we come here again next week, I will say thanks for just staying tuned to us, and bye for now.